Violeta Carvalho, and today I am going to present this paper developed with the collaboration of all these authors of the University of Minho. This paper is entitled Getting Contact to Elderly Associates Through the ICT, an Exploratory Study. In this presentation, I will start to introduce the research context, followed by the methods and data source, the main statistical findings and results, and finally the discussion and main conclusions of this work. So in recent years, the population has facing remarkable technological advances and young people have easily followed them. However, the same does not apply to the elderly population. And although some of them have tried to adapt to new technologies, there is still an age-related digital divide, also called as a gray divide. And thus efforts have to be done to fight these differences and reduce the digital exclusion based on age, since ICT plays a vital role in social involvement, well-being and education for the elderly. And for all these reasons, the creation and improvement of different user-friendly interaction methods are needed to answer the digital demands of elderly people. So in the present exploratory work, the members of the Association of Former Students of the Industrial and Commercial School of Braga were surveyed to understand how they perceive the use of mobile phones, smartphones, computers, and also the use of internet. So the Association of Former Students of the Industrial and Commercial School of Braga emerged in 1975 at the centenary of the school. And since then, several members joined the association and today count with about 360 active members with an average age over 60 years. And currently, the association informs its members about the planned activities using social media, email, or in person at the association headquarters. However, many members do not have email or social media, so the only way they are aware of the activities is when they go to the association and see the flyers. In light of this, the present work aims to explore the technological literacy of the association members to understand their opinion and openness regarding the new technologies and thus improve and implement more efficient methods of contact between the association and its members. More specifically, it is intended to answer the question, are the elderly association members using mobile phones, smartphones, computers, and internet? And data collection was done through a self-administered questionnaire applied during summer, but first a pretest of the questionnaire was carried out with 5 potential respondents in the target age group to detect some doubts or omissions. The final questionnaire had 6 parts of questions, being the first one used to characterize the respondent, the second to the 5th part. Respondents were questioned about the cell phone use, smartphone, computer, and internet use, and the last part assesses the technological profile of each respondent. And since the majority of the members of the association were retired, the team thought of easy ways for the inquiry process, considering the paper preference of this age group and those members with low levels of technological knowledge. And therefore there were available 2 ways of answering the questionnaire: on paper as represented here, and also an online questionnaire created through the Google Forms software. So a total of 17 answers were obtained from the association members, and this low response rate can be explained by the fact that the association's activities were on a summer break, with most of its members supporting their grandchildren on school holidays. Besides this, as the age of the respondents is a variable of interest in the present paper, the age distribution was studied and 3 outliers were identified with ages lower than 60 years. And so for the final sample, only 14 valid elements were considered for analysis. After identifying the outliers, the categorization of respondents was made through gender, age, and education level. And as can be seen here, respondents are equally represented in terms of gender, with 50% of male and 50% of female respondents. Regarding the age, this ranges between 60 and 82 years, with an average of approximately 71 years. And the education level was assessed through a direct question with several options such as preparatory education, high school, higher education, and other also. And then respondents were classified into one of three levels of education: low, medium, and high. The low for those who did not finish secondary school, medium for those who finished secondary school but no further education, and high for those with some form of higher education. And as can be seen here, all respondents are between the medium and high education level. The access to technology was then evaluated by asking if they have a cell phone, smartphone, computer, and if they use internet. And it was found that all respondents have a cell phone and use the internet. However, only 64.3% of them have a smartphone and 85.7% have a computer. Then the type of cell phone usage was assessed with two questions, one considering the reason for having a cell phone and other the frequency of use. And as can be seen here, the main reasons to have a cell phone are talk to friends, being reachable when away from home, and talk to family. The other option was mainly chosen to specify professional reasons. Regarding the frequency of use, all the respondents assumed using the cell phone at least once a day. So the type of smartphone usage was also assessed with one question considering the reason for having one, and as can be seen here, the main reasons to have a smartphone are talk to family and friends, take photos, use apps like WhatsApp and Facebook, and browse the internet. And only one respondent assumed using the smartphone to play. Furthermore, if the respondent did not have a smartphone, the questionnaire comprised a question regarding reasons for not having one, and the results are here presented. And the main reason for not having one smartphone is the option no smartphone needed, and one respondent chose simultaneously the options doesn't know how to use a smartphone and considers it expensive to have a smartphone. And it is interesting to notice that no respondent considering to be too old to use a smartphone. Similarly, the type of computer usage was assessed with two questions regarding the reason for having a computer and the frequency of use. And all respondents with a computer selected as the main reason to have it use email, and the other reasons are browse the internet and write texts. The other option was mainly chosen to specify professional reasons, and no respondent assumed to use the computer to play. And if the respondent did not have a computer, the questionnaire also comprised a question regarding the reasons for not having one. And of the two respondents with no computer, one selected the option no computer needed, and the other chose the other option specifying I have a tablet. Regarding the frequency of use the computer, the majority of respondents answered at least once a day. The type of internet usage was then evaluated with two questions regarding the frequency of use by day and by week, and the third one to specify which online activities are performed. And considering the internet use frequency, the majority of respondents use the internet less than 2 hours a day, with the week frequency ranging from more than 5 days a week to less than 3 days a week. Another question regarding the online activities was incorporated to understand why they use these technologies by considering 7 possibilities, including the other option to specify. The respondents selected as their main online activities read the news, search for information on health topics, and chat online. The other option was mainly chosen to specify professional activities, and only 2 respondents assumed to use the computer to play or shop online. Finally, the technology profile was assessed through 2 questions. The first question invited respondents to rate their technology competence on a scale from 1 to 10. And as can be seen here, respondents' answers range from 3 to 10 with an average of 6.79, which shows that the respondents feel that they have competences to use both smartphones or tablets. The second question comprised 6 statements as here presented, and each respondent selected the level of agreement. And it was found high levels of agreement with the statement using technology makes my life easier and I find the new technological devices fun. On the other hand, respondents tend to disagree with the statement I would have dared to try new technical devices to a greater extent if I had more support and help than I have today. To conclude, despite the fact that of being a small sample, it was interesting to observe that the majority of respondents show a great level of use of the new technologies, contrary to the association's perceptions and some society stereotypes. And all respondents have cell phones and uses the internet. Also, the results show that most of them use their phone almost every day, at least 1 hour per day, access the computer at least once a week, and surf the internet 5 days per week. So the answer suggests that ICT contributes with great benefits to their lives, like being contactable with family and friends, searching for useful information online, and using social media. So these results are a positive indicator that the association members have some familiarity with technologies, but are they prepared to be informed of the new association activities through social networks? And if by expanding the study to a more expressive sample, this predisposition is confirmed, this accessibility to ICT from the members can be a huge opportunity for the association of members to promote with more success their activities, reaching more members to have a healthier and more active lifestyle, to avoid isolation and social exclusion, contributing to the well-being of the elderly. And thank you all for your attention.